What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Derailed Gaming. This is my walkthrough of Octopath Traveler 2. After that last battle, I went ahead and healed everybody, got everyone back in their positions. We're ready to go, so let's jump into this and see what's in store for us. Oh boy, here we go.
It's quiet.
But this smell, it's the scent of humans. They're frightened, hiding.
Someone's coming.
Well, I think everyone's frightened right now. Oh, it's Mindt.
Mindt!
Is that you, Temenos? Out for a stroll in a place like this?
Hasn't she said that to us before? Yeah.
You always did have the habit of sticking your nose in places it doesn't belong.
Excuse me?
A friend of yours, Temenos?
I thought
In a manner of speaking, but something's odd.
He just shrugs his shoulders. Well, let's follow her up and see what the deal is. What's gotten into you?
You failed to see what was in front of you. The shadow is ever by thy side.
Something's not right here. I think we're being had again. Can't trust anybody in this world.
Just what are you? This is an inquisition. Refuse to answer and
Attempting to conquer others with threats of violence will always fail.
Well, it's been working so far.
Those who are subdued by strength cannot help but rebel. To conquer them, truly conquer them, you must subjugate their hearts and minds.
What?
Hearken to the shadows in their hearts.
What are you talking about?
She's twisted.
People are desperate for a place to belong. Give it to them, and they cannot bear to live anywhere else. And then, their hearts and minds are yours.
Their hearts and minds?
Humans are foolish by their very nature. Centuries pass, and yet they remain the same.
Bold words for someone so young.
I mean, I guess I can't contest that. I can bring up several scenarios.
Surrender yourself not unto silent dusk, for the light shall fade.
Oh.
And soon, night shall fall.
It all makes sense now. Those quotes.
the teachings of the Moonshade Order.
Yep.
No, it can't be.
Look at that.
Since you are so dogged in your search for the truth, allow me to help you. My true name is Arcanette.
Oh boy.
And I am the leader of the Moonshade Order. The same order that slaughtered the Call.
Jesus.
Also
here
that I
we go.
could steal the flame.
That's impossible. The massacre of the Call was decades ago, and the Moonshade Order's origins are older still.
Must be 1,000,000 years old then. Oh.
It's not impossible. There are old souls out there that hide behind youthful faces.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks to Caldina's efforts, the Book of Night is now in my possession.
Oh, great.
That girl was so eager to be a puppet. She didn't realize the strings were held by her sworn enemy.
No.
The Pontiff knew who you were. He was going to tell me, but his life was cut short.
Seems about right.
I had hoped you would be more stricken. How dull. Such has ever been your nature. Your face always a placid mask. But I suppose it matters not. This world's end draws nigh.
Oh boy. Well, I'm glad I did all the saving and healing and everything.
Once, long ago, night was invited into the world. But a loathsome fume drove it away. Those events will not repeat themselves again.
You stole the futures of untold innocence.
Did I? Then you should thank me. This world is cruel, monstrous,
You twisted bitch.
with not a single mote of joy to be found amongst the misery. Don't you see? Roy, Pontiff Jorg. Yes, and even Craig.
How dare you! Get her!
They knew the beauty of a dawn that would never come.
Quiet. I won't allow you to sully their names with such blasphemy.
Get him! Get her! Let's go.
You will answer for your sins, Arcanette,
Even though Temenos isn't in this battle.
and I'll ensure the world they hoped for comes to pass.
At last, Temenos' mask falls off.
I'm glad
I'll
I did
accept
all that
only
stuff.
victory.
Oh my god, here we go. Alright, so
My
we got
turn.
lightning. We've got Herbite herself right now. Let's go with the Arms Master skill 6-fold.
You're in for it. I've reached an
Okay,
exposure.
alright, there we go. Get that stuff now.
What to do?
Let's go ahead and drop
As
in.
swift
get
as
that
a
lightning
snake.
power going. Drop in an elemental barrage.
Element
We get
rage.
ice and lightning.
Cleaning
I'm gonna
time.
keep up the elemental barrage then.
Element
Odds of
rage.
hitting her with that is
Here I go.
high. Let's give Hikari a boost on the energizing
Many
power
thanks.
in
Thinking time.
it. And Oswald, just drop an ice to open her up.
Wings of frost.
You never fail to impress, Oswald.
Actually, I'm gonna hold off on that. Let's do. We got a late power. We'll take advantage of this now. Ingredient raises physical attack. 2 turns. How many do we have? 4. Elemental defense. Affects action order. Ingredient for concoctions. Extends the reach of. Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. Enhances effects. Okay. And then, man, I was hoping there. I guess we'll give VP to everybody. There we go.
A pinch of this.
Beautiful.
Now it begins.
So
I
now,
fight for my friends.
increase attack. We got Brand's Blade.
I summon Brand, the Thunder Blade.
31,597.
What to do?
Rone. Fire off some, I don't know if ice would be, but let's do Elemental Barrage. Yeah, 'cause that's going to get more than 99.99. They got us about 13,000. Now,
Let me show you what I've learned.
let's go with Thunder. Switch it up a bit.
Strike them down.
99.99. Beautiful.
Oh dear.
Ready?
We got a lot done, though, right off the bat there. That's good. Now, Throne will do Elemental Barrage, but Elements
Element
these
rage.
guys, nothing.
Here I come.
Let's go ahead and do your Lightning Power.
Keep my friends
See
safe.
if we can open up anything on that. Nothing. Huh.
I need a plan.
We haven't even been attacked yet. We got right in on her. I guess. Elemental barrage and a piece of fire.
Well now.
So I'm gonna conjure flames.
Instill the flame of fury.
Thinking time.
Well, it's something. Okay, well, we tried.
What to do?
I think it would be better for us to just straight up do fire.
Fire, burn. Who's next?
That was, oh, wow, that was quick.
My turn.
Okay, so Ikari, do this,
You're in for it now.
and then fire. And I know they would have lasted that short a time. I would have done ice
Here I go.
lightning. So then, let's get in with, if I do, it probably only allows one or the other. I think I saw that happen one time. For 2 turns, grants SP to all allies after they attack, grants an ally immunity to enfeebling, revive and restore hit points to all of allies and raise their physical defense and elemental for 2 turns. Will not be able to act for 6 turns. Nope, not doing that. So let's go with raises positive status effects with diffuses. Let's
I
do
could shut this.
and
Now
it goes
it
away right away.
begins.
That was dumb. What a waste of a turn. Yeah, let's do that again.
You're in for it now.
Give them.
Ready?
Elemental barrage.
Element's rage.
Didn't get any.
No.
Was that all fire? 4 to 6. We're not going to accomplish it.
Indulge me for a
Just
moment.
we got 3.
What to do? What to do?
Fire's about to go out on them, so let's go ahead and do ice.
Instilled with blizzard.
Excuse me. Oh, yes. And then
You're right.
Ikari can do this again, and that will open her
You're
up.
in for it now.
And bam! The fire does go away.
What a show.
So let's do... This might actually be more beneficial. It's $99.99, $75.66.
My turn.
I'll take it. Now, casting... Let's keep the ice flowing through them.
Instilled with blizzard.
Now then,
3 times we'll hit ice.
pierce them with the frost.
16 should have done. Elemental
Prepare
barrage.
yourself. I fight for my friends.
Brand's blade. Fire.
I summon Brand
31,000 and it's over!
for the pride of Ku.
Yes! Yes! Oh, Throne Ace so close! So close! We got a refreshing jam out of the deal. We barely even got into trouble there. That was so smooth. Went so well.
And so we arrive at this moment.
And so we do.
Are you truly so desperate to see the dawn?
Yes. Apparently.
I see now that the Pontiff was not the true threat. It was you,
Darn right.
Temenos.
And you lose.
You, a dagger sharpened to a razor's edge. Claude's masterwork. I can see it. The collar around that thin neck of yours.
You have no right to tell people how they should live their lives or end their lives for them.
A collar?
Oh.
You will never be free.
And why do you say that?
Even if I fall here, nothing will end.
Why?
And there, always near. Soon, night shall fall.
That bag. Hell,
Farewell, Mindt.
Nice knowing you.
Your days of meddling are over.
Who else is going to turn on us?
Soon night shall fall.
Disappears into dust.
From the looks of it, it already has.
Must be worse.
If this isn't night, then...
What is? Complete darkness? Okay. Well, what do we have here now? Let's go. Oh. Got a flame there, flame there, flame there. Have we not... Oh, we still haven't lit the flame here yet. Okay, well, let's do a quick save. That makes sense. We haven't actually lit the flame. And we know where this one is. It's at the Cathedral. Oh, Pilgrim's Way is going to be a danger level 51. That's great. Well, maybe we should make sure we're healed and all that fun stuff. Inspiriting Plum. Alright, we're good. Head that direction. Went from danger level 1 to danger 51. But these guys are pretty simple.
Here I won't be afraid. Sword
Almost enough to get that moose
Cleaning
or
time.
Element
Deer,
rage.
that's what he's called. A shadowy
I
demon
take
deer.
what I want.
There's Throne's level up. Guess we could have not healed her and all that stuff. I didn't figure we'd be going through a 51, but that makes sense. Empty treasure chests are still there, so they didn't get replaced with new ones or anything.
Stand aside or fight.
Maybe we can get Hikari.
Prepare
up a
you.
level.
I won't be afraid. Sword There's no need for flattery. It'll rust my
I still
soul.
got a couple more before he gets there. Want to get him there. Any little help we can get moving forward here, I'm sure will be greatly appreciated. I mean, it will be greatly appreciated.
You are a poison that must be purged.
No.
Elemental Barrage.
Indulge me for a moment.
My turn. Keep my friends safe.
Got him.
For the pride of Ku.
Not a big one there. And now we should be able to do this last one. This was Temenos and... I think we'll be okay. What is this? Tanzy's Journal. Did you write this? Odhner asked. I immediately ripped the book out of his grasp and he shrank back a little. Surprised at my strength, I couldn't believe that he, of all people, had gotten his hands on my hidden script. Odhner had been acting from a young age and was already doing quite well for himself. I, too, had longed for the stage since I was a child, but ended up working at my parents' candle shop instead. Even so, I hadn't been able to give up on writing, and it became my secret pastime. I hadn't shown my scripts to anyone, though, afraid that their response would confirm just how talentless I was. I screwed my eyes shut in embarrassment, prepared myself for his ridicule of my silly script, but... Would you mind if I performed this, he asked? I let out a strange gasp, completely caught off guard. It'd be a shame not to. Why don't we show it off at the next Festival of Grace? Though, taken aback by the proposal, I was overjoyed to know that someone appreciated my writing. I nodded in agreement and decided to make it a performance to remember. Despite it being Odhner's idea, I realized that I was even more excited than he was. I even began composing musical scores for the show. I love you, Mary. Those words caused my heart to race and my hands on the harp to stop. What's wrong, Odhner asked as he peered into my face with concern. I realized that he no longer looked like that brat who had tormented me with insects in our youth. Still, I knew that the words he spoke were not his own, and I had been the one to write them after all. Half a month before the Festival of Grace, his performance was all but perfect. I couldn't help but wonder when he found the time to practice after his normal work was through. I, on the other hand, was struggling to think of a fitting into the script and worked late into the night, unable to ignore my struggles. Odner pulled me away from my desk and whisked me away into the town late at night. The gods are all ours right now, he told me as we snuck into an empty church. Not long after that, I was struck by inspiration, perhaps by the grace of the sacred flame. Odner watched quietly as word upon word flowed from the tip of my pen. By the time I was finished, dawn was breaking. As Odner read my script, his face was more serious than ever, and my heart pounded in my chest, though not out of nervousness. Once he finished, he smiled softly. "Will you marry me?" he asked. And I let out another strange gasp. Had I written that line? No. This time, those words were Odner's own. His proposals always had a way of bringing me unrivaled joy. My heart warmed at the sight of his smile and the thought of performing the script we had written together. How I wished that happiness would last us a lifetime. Alas, I watched as the clerics carried his casket and sobs filled the air around me. I laid him to rest with our script and his beloved yellow flower. No, I thought to myself, this wasn't the ending I had envisioned. The day after finishing the script, I woke up to find my love cold beside me. According to the apothecary, Odner's heart had failed him. I wondered if work was to blame. Why hadn't I noticed? I killed him? I pushed him too hard? It was my fault, all my fault. Unable to bear the guilt, I pushed his death from my mind and carried on as usual. But whenever I remembered my beloved, I clenched my jaws so hard I thought my teeth would break. One day I found myself in front of a church, the same place Odner and I swore our love to each other, and a single cleric came to speak with me. Sadness is something that builds up inside us. Holding it all in will do nothing but destroy you, she told me. Please, let it out. You don't need to endure it any longer. Moved by her warmth, I spoke of everything that I had buried deep inside me. She listened to every word and, at the end, embraced me gently. All of my guilt and sadness were washed away by her kindness. Then one day, my feelings for Odner disappeared, and all that was left was her. One day, I saw her with another woman and feared that she would leave me. Knowing I had to secure my place in her world, I told her that I would do whatever she asked of me. She smiled gently in response and said, "I want you to find the blue flames wherever they may be in this world." I left on my journey soon thereafter. My parents cried and tried to stop me, but I pushed them away. Unfortunately, I barely knew the area outside of my own home, let alone the whole world. Not long after, I met a traveling troupe. They claimed to be bringing smiles to every corner of the realm, so I joined them, and the search began. That's how I found it. The blue flame she was looking for. It was on the isle at the edge of the world. I could only imagine how pleased she'd be. I was sure she would let me stay at her side. Oh, how I adore Sister Mindt. "I love you, Tanzy," she said. Her warm voice and words reverberated in my head. She then handed me an old tome called the Book of Night and recommended that I read it, so I did right there and then. It was a story of a people who did not long to see the dawn. I'd never read such an incredible tale before. As I looked up from its pages, she smiled at me. I realized that there was no greater happiness to be had than reading a wonderful book and seeing Sister Mint's smile. In my mind, no brighter dawn awaited. Yes, I have no need for the dawn. It can all end here and now. Wow, what a lot that was. That shows quite the journey, so to speak, or let's see, let me get things beefed up, just so we're ready there. And I'm going to do a quick save just in case. I'm not going to put myself in a position where I regret it in the future. So, who are the people that I need for this one? Temenos, and nothing happened. It's Temenos and Agnia was with Hikari. Chet. Oh, Temenos needs to be in, duh. Who's he partnered with, though? Oh, talk about it. Hopefully they're already in the group. They are. I can't remember our cross paths now.
Ah. Wake up, Tanzy. Night has come. Wake up, Tanzy. Night has come.
Why does she sound so robotic?
Sister Mindt? Oh, I fell asleep without realizing it.
Do not worry. You must have been quite tired.
Must
You
have.
traveled far to see my wish granted.
Sister Mindt, I mean, goddess. I would do anything if it brought me closer to you.
Your devotion is moving. You have gone far beyond my every expectation, and must be rewarded.
Rewarded?
I love you, Tanzy.
Huh?
Oh, the sacrifice victim.
It's so dark. Where am I? What? My body?
It's gone. Twisted ass people. There she goes, and there goes the flame.
Pathetic child, oblivious until the very end. But this is what you wanted, is it not? It's not as if you desired to see the dawn.
Well, I mean, come on. You're just eating your own at this point.
The sacred flames have been snuffed out. Surrender yourself not unto silent dusk, for the light shall fade. And soon the world shall know the joy of a dawn that never comes. All who stand in my way shall be cast aside. I shall root out the travelers and bury that wretched mirror beneath the earth, that it may never enkindle the flames again.
Too late. We got you there. The fourth sacred flame burns anew. Oh, look at that. What's it doing? It's going off toward the western continent. The light of the sacred flame indicates the southwest direction. Oh, wait, what's this? Well, it looks like we need to go to the water. Kind of reminds me of Breath of the Wild, where all four are pointed right at Hyrule Castle. Well, that's going to be Candlebrine that we need to go to, so we're going to head there, do a save, do a refresh if we need to, which I already did that. So this is where we're going to go ahead and call it. So thank you, everyone, for watching. In the next episode, it looks like we might finally be at the end for real this time in Part 80 of Octopath Traveler 2. I'd like to thank everyone for being here. If you want to see that, make sure you're subscribed and click the bell when you do so. That way you get the notifications every time I post a new video. I do new games, old games, games of different genres, a little bit of something for everybody, so check it out. I'm also live every Friday night with live interactive gaming where you tell me what to do. On the way out, make sure to hit that like button, comment down below, and share this around with your friends, family, and even your enemies. That way everyone knows where to find Derailed Gaming. Thanks again for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care, and cheers.